And that brings us to main event time. Junior lightweight, 12 3-minute rounds. Vicente Martin Rodriguez from Argentina up against Cool Willie Kickett. The undefeated Kickett ready to strut his stuff again as we look at the tail of the tape, and both just young men. And Rodriguez, the height advantage. William Kickett is just the perfect athlete and boxing body. And he makes up for it with the long arms and is even Steven as far as reach is concerned. What a moment for Rodriguez. His first professional bout outside Argentina, and in his homeland he is a professional boxer. Ranked 4 in the nation, ranked 11 by the WBO. He's boxed 22 times for just the one loss. 10 knockouts on his resume, so this kid can bang, make no mistake about it. How will he adapt to the travel? It is such a big step, fighting overseas for your very first time. It's not only the jet lag, it's not only the time it takes to get to your destination, it's everything that goes with it. Now, we've had our AC/DC, now Marilyn Manson. It's not Aussie boxing. If a little bit of this doesn't play, let's enjoy the entrance. This is Cool Willie Kickett. There is Cool Willie, Instant Access, BBX, Panjo, and Pain Away Arthritis. Presenting your main event, let's go to our main event, Rick Powell.
Ladies and gentlemen, our main event now awaits us. 10 by 3-minute rounds of super featherweight fight action is set for center ring. This fight is for the WBO IBF Asia Pacific Youth Super Featherweight title. Your referee for this bout is Les Fear. Your judges are Brad Griffiths, Max Murphy and Cess Perkins. Your timekeepers will be Ted McDonald and Alex Fraser. Taking you now to the red corner for the final time this evening, we introduce our international visitor to you. Wearing the red shorts with the white piping, he comes to us from the town of La Salada in Buenos Aires, where he fights out of Alberto Zacharias' Boxing Federation gym. He has touched the scales at 58.85 kilograms, a world-rated fighter, fighting 22 times, recording 21 wins, 10 of those by way of knockout. He is the current WBO Latino Super Featherweight Champion. Please welcome from Argentina, Vicente Martin Rodriguez. And now we take you to the blue corner. Let's welcome our interstate visitor tonight from the town of Balga in Perth. He boxes out of Harry's gym and is trained by Craig Christian. At the weigh-in, he tipped the scales at 58.8 kilograms. He brings to us tonight absolute boxing perfection with 11 wins from 11 bouts, 5 of those by way of knockout. Would you raise your hands for the man they call Cool Willie? He's William Kickett! Ladies and gentlemen, it's time now to get down to business.
Our referee is Les Fear.
I want you to obey my commands at all times. When I tell you to break, that's exactly what I want you to do. And most of all, fellas, protect yourselves at all times. Good luck to both of you. Touch gloves.
Craig Christian finally made it to Sydney. I understand he missed his plane, had an issue with luggage, but got here as the trainer of Cool Willie Kickett. We are underway. An eventful night here at Wyong Leagues Club.
Ooh, nice right hand there from Willie. Just have to appreciate the speed of Willie Kickett in the ring. Hand and foot speed we're talking about here. You just see how Rodriguez adapts to it.
So talented as Kickett, but Rodriguez comes here with enormous raps on him, Paul.
Well, it's his first trip overseas, first fight outside of Argentina, so it's a new experience for him. And I think fighting Willie Kickett might be a new experience for him as well. Such a naturally gifted athlete.
Very compact, isn't he, Rodriguez? Very strong, upper body, wide. Very different body shape to Willie Kickett. Statistically, it says William Kickett has a 3 centimetre height advantage. It appears more.
He looks a lot taller, doesn't he? Nice left hand just got in there on the chin of Rodriguez. Willie just moves so well around the ring, and he sets and he stops and he throws combinations, fast ones. He ducks out of the way.
Kickett just trying to establish that leading left hand, that left jab that he throws so well.
A little lead right hand got through.
Of course, the last time we saw Willie Kickett in action was the Jeff Fennick Azuma Nelson 3 undercard. With that victory over Gary Sinclair, it was unanimous points victory.
I thought that was a really impressive performance against Sinclair.
Yeah.
Gary got off to such a fast start, and Willie just reeled him in over the distance. And not to say anything bad about Gary Sinclair, he fought a great fight, but I think Willie was just a little bit better that night.
Well, it was a great fight and testament to both camps.
It was a main event or any other promotion.
It certainly was. Both camps keen to initiate top quality domestic boxing. And Craig Christian, who at times has had his critics within the industry,
well, he believes in his boxers.
He believes in his boxers, and he's not afraid to let them go to prove themselves, which I think is fabulous. And he, along with Grange and the old school boxing gym and promotion, are the two staples that have given us our super fights domestically over the course of the last couple of years. Nadu Benraba, Dawson and Giel, Sinclair and Kickett. So congratulations to both outfits. Bell sounds, that is the end of round number 1. A good round to William Kickett.
Very good. Listen. Keep going to the right and throw those triple right hands in that, alright? And the right hand back over his jab, yeah? He's very open for it. You don't want to be moving into his right hand, yeah? Alright, keep going this way. Just kick him off, alright? Very good. Very nice how you threw that one to the body too.
Let's take it to round number 2. Big thank you to Instant Access, the Access Specialist, and of course Banjo, major sponsors tonight.
Here we go, round number 2. We are scheduled for 10.
There's 2 areas of Craig Christian's training I think Kickett's benefited from over the last 2 years. One is the fitness regime that Christian enforces on all his boxers. He keeps a high level of fitness for boxing. And secondly, Willie Kickett spent a lot of time training alongside and sparring with Chris John, the WBA featherweight world champion. who Christian trains, and I think that's helped him enormously.
There goes Willie Kickett, undefeated. They call him cool. Are we going to find out why in this just the second round?
Rodriguez took a split second to realise he was in a boxing ring then.
So tagged early. Vicente Martin Rodriguez throwing the big bomb, trying to collect Kickett. You'll need to be quicker than that.
I've never been to Argentina. I don't think Rodriguez would have seen many fighters with a style like this at home. Certainly not with the speed and movement.
Kickett. 3 minutes getting his range, getting his rhythm, warming into the fight, and he exploded early in the second. Seen Anthony Mundine take the boxing world by storm. Love him or hate him, he has. It is fact. I think at this stage in his career, William Kickett is a better all-round prospect than what Anthony was, and I say that with the utmost respect to the former world champion, but William Kickett is something very special and a name we will all hear so much more about over the coming years, and the resemblance is uncanny.
Well, Willie Kickett certainly advanced for his age, there's no doubt about that. Maybe Anthony Mundine would have been just as advanced if he had have chosen boxing over rugby league, because Anthony didn't turn pro until 25 and he's been such a success. And Anthony's helped boxing in so many ways in this country. But Willie Kickett's going to be one of the young guys who's going to carry our sport forward over the next 10 years. As our more experienced boxers just get a little bit older now.
And we've had a group of boxers and top liners retire, call it a day over the course of the last 18 months, I guess. Danny Green, Kostya Tszyu, going back a little bit further, but Paul Briggs, Nader Hamden. We are certainly looking at the next generation and how they come through. And Kickett is the leader of the pack, if you like. Dominating round for William Kickett. Into the corner with Craig Christian. Angelo Hyder is there as well. Let's listen in.
When you get inside, bring up the uppercut. When you get inside, you bring them up. Breathe deeper a bit. You've got to be close. I want more feints.
Okay, a big round for William Kickett, and that was the shot. It was short, it was direct. They say the best punches only travel 6 inches. That travelled about 4.
Rodriguez did very well not to go down on that punch. It really hurt him.
When you fight, move to the side. Move to the side.
We're up on Big Time Boxing again, Friday, September 5, so a fortnight's time. AceBoxingPromotions.com in conjunction with Fox Sports bringing you Welcome to the Jungle, live from the Mansfield Tavern in the suburbs of Brisbane. Australian junior welterweight title is on the line between John Cottrell and Chris McCullen. Nathan Briggs and Colin Wilson face off in the heavyweight division. It is a quality undercard. We hope you can join us then on Friday the 5th of September.
We talked about Willie Kickett being one of the leading young stars. There's a nice three-way rivalry building at super featherweight lightweight in Australia. You've got Willie Kickett here tonight. Billy Dibb, who we recently saw won the IBO world title. And let's not forget about Lenny Zappa-Vigna either. There's some huge super fights over the next few years potentially building here in Australia.
And the call from the Kickett camp was allegedly, let's bring on Dibb.
Kickett's certainly got the confidence. I know Craig Christian's got the confidence in him. And you see the way he's fighting here tonight. I'm not sure what Rodriguez could do here.
And I still think, by and large, William Kickett is fighting within himself.
Look, there's certainly room for improvement. Just think about how good Kickett's going to be in 2 years' time when he's 23 and 24. And hopefully, if Australia boxing have a world championship title around his waist.
Just 21 and a half years of age, William Kickett.
There's another Australian lightweight we won't forget about either, Andy. One named Michael Katsidis. He's got a big fight coming against Juan Diaz in a couple of weeks in America.
We wish Rocky all the very best in that one. Nice left-hand lead. And throwing it with dominance is Kickett. The intensity of William Kickett is something that impresses me, but nothing more so than composure.
He's so relaxed in there. At this stage, he looks to be doing it easy.
It's very natural, isn't it?
He's in the middle of a professional boxing contest, and it's like this is where I want to be, and I'm so natural at doing it.
Closing minute of round number 3. Can the boy from Osborne Park in WA, can he tonight make it? 12 fights, 12 wins.
He really was born to box.
He certainly was.
He's got so many natural gifts, and Craig Christian's just working on those other aspects of his game. Just doesn't want to take it too easy in the ring. Not that we've seen him really tagged over his career so far. We've done a few of his fights now. It's too hard to hit.
I know the whole crew from Harry's gym over there in WA is watching, and the extended family that is.
10 seconds, boys, 10 seconds.
Hope you're enjoying it. I think quite a night here on the East Coast. It was good from Kickett then, coming in from a different angle. And just picking Rodriguez off at will at the end.
And again, a big thank you to our major sponsors tonight here. Pain Away, Instant Access. Don't forget Panjug. And all the great sponsors that made possible having you tonight. And we make thanks to we can continue sponsorship tonight. You're drinking tonight.
He's blinking a lot. Even feint the jab in front of his eyes. Throw the double right hand. Feint the jab, double right hand, moving to the side. Feint the jab, or double jab right hand. Feint the jab, jab right hand. Feint the jab, slip out to the left. He's blinking, you know. So make the first one the feint, the other one's the whole time. Relaxing him.
You're knocking if you do that, Will.
He's going to go down to the body with the jab. Go down to the body with the jab, alright? Feint him, set him up. You're going well. You're going good, alright?
Seconds down.
You're knocking, Will, if you do that.
We're taking a round of 4.
His eyes, he blinks, yeah?
Here we go, Paul, round number 4. And so far, William Kickett has been exceptional. Your eyes, complete shutout. 3 rounds to zip.
I think Willie's dominated the 3 rounds. The only time I've really seen Willie have problems is in that last fight against Gary Sinclair. Gary in the first 2 or 3 rounds really came out fast and pressured him and didn't let Willie fight at his pace. I think that's the only thing you can really try to do, but I'm not sure that Rodriguez has his own speed to be able to do that. Rodriguez is obviously going to rely on landing a good shot at some stage and hurting Willie, but I'm not sure that he can do it.
One minute in to round number 4. And at times it is almost difficult to call William Kickett bout, because you sit here at ringside with the second best seat in the house, because the best seat is on the lounge at home watching Fox Sports, but you sit here and just marvel at the natural talent.
Well, he can actually mix his style up. He can really box on the outside, but he can also be very aggressive, and we've seen him knock out opponents with genuine knockout punches. But as he starts to face a tougher level opposition, a better defensive style, at this stage you can see that Willie Kickett deserves to be rated in the world ratings.
Very much so.
And a lot of people will be out there maybe saying, yeah, I think he is ready for a fight with Billy Dib.
Who do you fancy there, Paul?
Geez, it's a tough one to call. I know that some people thought that Billy had a close win in his last fight when he won the IBO World title against the South African.
Many would suggest it wasn't even a close win.
Some people thought the South African won.
Yeah.
But I think he'll be better for that fight. I think the more time he works with Johnny Lewis, the better he will be. Shane Mosley believes in him. It could turn up, Dib versus Kickett could turn up to be like a Mundine Green type rivalry, build it up over a few years. A lot of speed in that match, Dib versus Kickett.
Be very slick, wouldn't it? Very, very slick. Kick it back into the blue corner here.
Well, Rodriguez hasn't been disheartened. He's still trying to come forward, trying to land his best punches, but trying to punch smoke at some stages.
Trying to punch smoke, yes. Quite sure something like that is going through the mind of Rodriguez at the moment. End of the round. And another William Kickett round. 12 minutes in.
You hit him with the right hand every time you move that way. When you move this way, you're in trouble. Don't walk it this way and go to the left side. Walk to the right. Hit him with those right hands. Try to hit him straight. This way. You're doubling the jab, yeah? You're doubling the jab. Watch out. Yeah, another drink. Watch out.
Seconds down.
Great day.
And here we go, round number 5. Now, 3 ringside judges here tonight. Brad Griffiths, Max Murphy and Sissy Perkins. Unofficially, Paul has got it a shutout, 40-36, and very hard to argue. I guess the question now is, can William Kickett do it inside the distance?
I think he'd like a knockout win to show the Australian public that he really deserves a shot at a world title.
And it also stamps his name internationally, doesn't it?
Well, it certainly does, and this is a next step up for him. I think the Gary Sinclair victory was important for his career. There's a question now, how fast do you rush Willie Kickett up to that next level?
If you don't stop, as the hometown boy, if you don't stop an international opponent, it's almost a case of Chinese whispers, and Rodriguez can go back to Argentina and say, I was robbed. They shut me out of this one, but a knockout or a TKO, it's definitive.
It leaves no doubt, doesn't it?
You weren't unlucky, you were belted. Oh, kick it with that big looping right hand. Feigned one way, went the other. Did so with the uppercut. It was the right hand again. Opens up on the inside here, Rodriguez, and Kickett just taking them so well. And then making over the top Rodriguez miss.
It was interesting that Willie didn't slide out either side then. Rodriguez got some of these better punches into the fight to the body.
Nice right hand from Kickett. Rodriguez, he's game, he's tough too. William Kickett just sees these punches so easily and so early.
He rocks back and twists that head and moves the shoulders, very Anthony Mundine-like. Don't like to make those comparisons, but it's pretty easy to see.
I think it's obvious. I think it is a reflection almost of Anthony Mundine. And you're right, comparisons are fraught with danger, so difficult. But the comparisons between these two boys, remarkable. Kickett trying to set up Rodriguez. And tried doing so with doubling up at the left hand. It's a class act as we move towards the halfway point of the contest. We're scheduled for 10 rounds. And there is 10 seconds remaining in this round 5, so we're halfway home. If in fact we do go to the judges'